All right, we are back on the Mana Symbol channel playing more Modern. This is a deck I'm calling Omelet Shift, although this is really just the 5-color Bring to Light Scapeshift deck in its most recent form. This was the list played by Yellow Hat. That's the one, the only Gabriel Nassif. Um, this was in the recent challenge. I think he made 4th place. So we are going to play this list on out. So we've got Bring to Light, we've got Scapeshift. So Bring to Light, of course, is 3 green blue for a sorcery with Converge. It says search your library for a creature, instant, or sorcery card with mana value less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell, and exile that card, then shuffle. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So this is a tutor for instants, sorceries, or creatures with converted mana cost 5 or less. So in this deck, we're going to be able to use that to get our 1 of Supreme Verdict, to get our 1 of Valki, God of Lies, which we will play as Tybalt Cosmic Imposter, very powerful. But more important than that, we can get Scapeshift, and Scapeshift with Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, and X number of mountains in our deck should be a kill. If you have 7 lands in play, Scapeshift will result in 18 damage, and if you have 8 lands in play, 36. So incredibly lethal at that point. However, we also have the other card that's a fantastic team up with Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, which is Dryad of the Illysian Grove. By granting all of your lands every basic land type, the Dryad allows you to, as soon as you have your 6th land in play, start shooting people with Valakut Lightning Bolt triggers. The survey just didn't resolve. It got stuck and didn't know what to do with itself, so it didn't say anything. As Roy speculated, it might. Actually, he said it might get trapped behind a paywall. Anywho, Anywho, this deck also has a couple of Omnaths in it that you can tutor for with Bring to Light. We've got some Teferis. You can't tutor for these, but they're just obviously powerful in the metagame. We've got Elvish Reclaimer as another part of the powerful engine of this deck, in that Elvish Reclaimer, as soon as turn 2, can start sacrificing lands and just fetching out Flagstones of Trokair over and over and over again. This is a repeatable ramping effect that can also be used to tutor your Bojuka Bog if you run into Dredge, or tutor Valakuts when you need them. In order to combo with your Dryad or combo with Scapeshift in any number of ways. We've got acceleration in the form of Explore, but we also have some Lightning Bolts, Path to Exile. So this deck is on 32 lands, mostly proactive spells. There's no counter spells. There's no cryptic commands. There's anything of that kind. This is just sort of an acceleration, rampy sort of control deck. But really, this is a lot like Amulet Titan or the green-white Reclaimer deck that was popular before, with a different sort of bedrock of established Modern cards as its core. So we're going to play this out in a Modern League and see how she goes. Reasonably powerful, although people do understand what this deck is on about. So we're going to see what's up with the what's up. Shauna says, this is a weak deck suitable only for the grayest of Gandalfs like Nassif. Real Chad players register 4x Omnath, as Fran has been correctly demonstrating lately. Well, Fran is nothing if not a Chad, sir. Take that as you will. That's definitely not correct, KJ Jenkins. Hold on. Let me put this on screen again. This is the list I'm going to talk about in the... Oh, sorry. They're hiding right here. I didn't move them, but there's 4 creativities right here. My mistake. Someone asked me for my updated list, and the most important part of it was the sideboard, and I wasn't paying attention. If you count the rest of the visible cards, it's actually 56 cards, and there's a stack of Indomitable Creativities sitting right behind the sideboard. So that's what's going on with that. Yeah, my bad. But this will be posted as part of my article tomorrow. I sent the person who was asking me about it, who's like taking a look at my article for me to make sure it reads well. I sent them the .txt file, and they know reasonably, they know the deck, so they obviously didn't point out to me that the creativity was missing. I was doing all sorts of stuff at the time, writing the article, taking screenshots to insert, etc., etc. So I must have missed that. Could only find Russian savers. If it's a Russian saver, what is that savoring? Borscht? I know that's Ukrainian. Is that Ukrainian? I think it's Ukrainian. We have a land heavy hand. I think I'm going to keep this though because we have 32 lands in our deck. Sounds like Stolichnaya. Stolichnaya? I can't remember exactly how to pronounce that. It's a good vodka though. Although I prefer Kettle One. Mountain. Mountain into nothing, eh? Very well. Hello, Mountain. I have a 1/2. How do you do? Borscht looks so pretty. What, because it's like purple pink? Beets and cream, baby. Beets and cream, beets and cream, beets and cream, beets and cream. Beets and cream, beets and cream, beets and cream, beets and beets and beets and cream. Blitz? Nah. Not with remand. Looks like some kind of blue-red control. No, it's not mill. Roy with the quality zing. All right, opponent. How good is your turn 4, baby? Well, borscht doesn't really seem like it's like, what do I want to say? Borscht is like stir fry, but it's like stew. Like you can't say stew is your country's national dish, right? Because it's like everyone in the world makes stew, dude. Okay, so we have Raugrin Triome. I can't get the Savai Triome. I have a BTL. I can add white with flagstones. So I guess I could grab Overgrown Tomb here. The Tomb. Yeah, exactly. Boiled food and water. Basically beet soup. Exactly. Alright, time to start jamming Bring to Lights into their counter magic. Because I really don't have a reason to play a Dryad here. You ain't here to party. You picked the wrong place. Alright. So, I don't want to play my one Valki out here. So let's play out an Omnath. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to counter what I play off the BTL. Oh. Well then. That was unexpected. Alright then. So you're saying you don't have a chance. Some national dishes are basically stew like goulash. You should hear about the Canadian national dishes. There are 3 of them, and only one of them seems properly Canadian. I drew my one Scapeshift. Wow. That's less than ideal. Beat speak. Oh, Roy, that's delightful. Beat speak. Oh my god. Maple syrup is pretty great, though. Maple syrup do be pretty good. I mean, they didn't counter the last thing I played, so one assumes they just straight up don't have one. If they Emrakul me, I can definitely win the game after that point. Alright, so we got Snap and a Windswept Heath. That's pretty gosh dang good. I do have to pay attention to what they choose to attack. Oh, alright. Mana Symbol's being attacked by Emrakul. I assume that means it's not attacking my Tibalt, so we'll just sack all our lands here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very much not dead here, opponent. But thanks for playing. Nice Scapeshift, thanks. Thanks, I'm pretty proud of it. You ain't here to party. You picked the wrong place. You picked the wrong Friday night. You ain't here to party. I don't know why I listened to that earlier, but now it's in my head and it will never go away. As usual. Mr. Maple Syrup with that 4th month of sub in the row. Thanks, friend. Chad Reclaimer. They're the second Breach Emrakul here. That's the question. Because that will kill me. If I hadn't fetched there, I could have prevented it. Nope, they do not. Or at least they're not willing to tell me they do. I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep going upstairs on my Tibalt. I mean, I could cast stuff out of my graveyard, but none of it's particularly relevant. Just sack the emblem. Yo. This guy is thinking with portals. Flagstones. I can play this through the Breach and give my Dryad haste. I actually did not plan on having all this mana in my pool right now. I guess I'll play Snap Explorer. Yeah, why not? Oh, and then I can play the Snow-Covered Island and then dome them for 4 and then attack them to death. Nice Breach, Emrakul. Well played. Snap to Light? I mean, I could, but it's just not necessary. Like, overcommitting on the board is probably a nice way to lose this game. So we hit them in the face for 4. We go to combat and we attack for lethal with a Force of Negation waiting in the wings. I say attack for lethal. Leaving the Reclaimer up is technically more damage. Because I can fetch using Flagstones, get a Valakut, and then I have the fetch land to bolt them. More like outplayed, am I right? Yeah, you right, dog. You right. All right, opponent. Take your turn. I will force a negation in you if you make me. I'll freaking do it. Don't think that I won't. Nobody knew. No, nobody could have guessed. 2020 cards. So strong. So powerful. No, I just killed him now, right? Or I tried to. Whee! Yarr! Still kill them on their upkeep. I mean, they spent a bunch of mana there, right? And they know I have the Force of Negation up, so it's not... Opponent says, lol, Omnath is so nasty, haha. Sure, yeah. Mom, the weird orange jelly bean is in our home again. Me? Hit me. So, Ren 6 and Veil of Summer, I guess, are coming in here. These don't seem relevant. Let's kick out some bolts. Probably the Path too. Probably Cleansing Wildfire too. So, out of all those cards, probably keep a bolt. Teferi's nuts. Dryad's great. These are all great. I guess I could instant. You also had an Omnath kill lined up. I mean, I had a lot of kills lined up. I already hit them for 4 that turn, Shauna. I'm pretty sure I already hit them for 4. We had a lot of kills lined up. I don't need the Verdict, so I guess I get to keep another Bolt. Unless I think that the instant speed Verdict is relevant. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. If I get it to Fairy down, and then they go last-ditch effort, try to Emrakul me, then BTL Verdict is not bad. Yeah, right. Roy, I only have one thing to say to your bit meme. Casa bonita, friendly Mexican tea. I don't think I like this hand. It's kind of a mulligan. Yeah. Yikes. Do I think I can go to... Do I think I can go to 5 in this deck? Doesn't seem like a good idea. This hand sucks, though. Like, worse than the first one. Yeah, alright. I know I don't have green mana here, but, like... Eh. What's up, Larynx? This deck is bad. That's your tagline. Who else but Larynx? That's okay, Larynx. We're playing a red deck next. A good one. So, you won't have to heckle much. Just draw a green source. Easy. Alright. I guess we could. If you think it's a good idea. I only did it because you suggested it. You can't watch me misplay? Listen, we 5-0'd with misplays last night, sir. I won't have you sass my misplays when my misplays still result in 5-0s. Wait. That's not usually the way I do things here. Excuse you. Excuse you. Sir and or madam. You sure do. Wait a minute, but how come I only get 250 of that? That doesn't seem fair. What's Jeff Bezos doing with that money? What does he need it for? Space rockets? Seems extraneous. View Twitch subscriptions as heckling insurance. People are far less likely to bang you. He needs it to make his next wife the richest woman in America, I guess. I guess your former president might be kind of pissed about that. Former first lady won't give a damn. She's not going to have a problem living her life anytime. I can 100% believe that, Larynx. Yes. It's stupid, but I believe it. Come on, baby. Counter it. Do it. Do it. Take the bait. You fool! You don't know how badly you have mistaken. Tiferi, time raveler. Such an insane amount of money. I could build a foil EDH deck. Do you want to know why I don't respect my opponent this game? Because neither their opt nor their remand were in old border. You got a bad feeling about this? What are you, Han Solo? It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. You're worrying. Don't worry. Yeah, it was in Time Spiral Remastered, Roy. I'm playing it in the Velomachus deck. Someone shot first. I can show you the old border remands right now. They're there. Like, how have you not noticed this over the last many days? I'll tell you how you haven't noticed it, Roy, because that's the way it's supposed to look. Hashtag boomers can't be wrong. All right. One more land and we win this game. Have I ever used the boomer command? Have I ever used any of the commands? If there's a way to track that, I can basically assure you, sir, that I've never used anything, and that's game. All right. Four colors. Okay. Oops. One, two, three, four. Yeah. Casa bonita, casa bonita. Man, you make it kinky. So if I put, so I'm going to put a second Valakut into play, which means each mountain is 6 damage. So I only need 4 mountains. So I need to sack 5 lands in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that results in 24 damage and the Valakut. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hold on. No, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So second Valakut. Mountain. 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 Nope. Triggers. And save targets. Whee! A woohoo! Bye, Roy. Bye, opponent. Pay no heed. Prevent all damage a source of your choice would deal this turn. Actually, that's not that bad of a spell. The fact that Scapeshift decks don't even need to run that many mountains makes me angry. I agree with you, buddy. Just think of how much worse it's going to get when they add the rest of the triomes. Well, that's only the next time, Larynx, which works really well against some things, but not as well against others. Ah, Healing Salve. One of the boon cycle. Deflecting Palm does have a wonderful piece of art, though, Larynx. Wonderful and disturbing. Are you looking for Circle of Protection, Mr. Maple Syrup? Can I keep this hand? Yeah, I guess I can. I'm on the draw, so it's kind of sketch. Is there a Circle of Protection? There's a Circle of Protection artifact. There is a Circle of Protection artifact. It was printed in Antiquities. Fun facts. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I guess I'm playing that on turn 2. It's a really good draw. Holy crap. Opponent leads on Windswept Heath. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's from Antiquities.
So, you want a mirror match, do you? Well, then you shall have it.
Valakut, Molten Pinnacle. Path to turn. What are you gonna do? Path my elf? Also, what the hell is my opponent playing? Triumph into Plains. Yeah, it might be a mirror. If it's a mirror, they also kept a bad hand, but they kept an even worse hand because they didn't draw something to play on turn 2 like we did, skillfully. We skillfully drew our Elvish Reclaimer. I'm expecting to see a Dryad of the Illysian Grove or a Teferi here. They cannot have kept a hand that had nothing. If there's a Teferi that comes down this turn, this is going to be a brutal cripple fight. Spiegeln an der Wand, wer ist der schönst in ganze Land? Wow, that is it's an extra fancy version of Mirror Mirror. Holy shit, dude. German's crazy, man. Spiegeln. Strudel. Oh no. They're playing remake. Okay, so they're not playing the same version we are. My name's Zach. Sorry, bag England. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I forgot about the copy paste stuff. I forgot we're a real Twitch channel. I really did. Oh my god. What are you wowing me for? Wow. You're wow. Come on now. It's been a long damn time since anyone brought it up. How the hell was I supposed to remember that? Yeah, here we go. Although if they're playing Bring to Light, like, what are they going for? I guess Valky, which is good, but not game ending. Yep. It's a shame. Shame I could never resolve one of these Teferis. They got an Omnath off my deck? Well, that's a little obnoxious. Turns out by playing Interaction, my opponent was better set up for the mirror. Who knew? I'm going to plus my Teferi because I would prefer it to stay alive since it blocks future Brinktalites. You made a YouTube video from 12 years ago. It has 1,500 views. I mean, that's only slightly less than my best, than the best video that I have. Fun fact, German love poems have gotten me laid way more times than non-German ones. Well, that's because the Russians don't write love poems. That would require them to have a concept of love. Theme Halloween soundtrack. The one in 10? I think that's correct. Yikes. So now I can't bounce my Omnath without losing my Teferi. No, I'm sure they do, Shauna. I was just making a bad joke. Okay, so I am gonna bounce my Omnath, and then play it. Question is, what order do I? Oh, they didn't leave blue mana up. All right, and then in Exile they have. Oh, they have a remand. So if I lose my Teferi, they can remand my Omnath. So let's shoot the Tibble, then bounce the Omnath. Am I supposed to kill the Omnath and just leave the Tibble? No, I can't, because then they'll ultimate the Tibble. Crap. Alright, whatever. Show me potato salad. That's not it. Wait, what? Don't they have a remand that can play there? I don't understand what just happened, but whatever. My favorite Russian love poem is The Bronze Horseman, about a man who loves a statue so much he hallucinates a horse killing him. Oh, it's okay. I've never read a truly great Canadian novel. You know what Canadians are good at? Light-hearted folk music. Well, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a house. Well, I would buy you a house. And if I Had $1,000,000, and if I had $1,000,000, I'd buy you furniture for your house. Nice Chesterfield or an ottoman. The greatest Canadian novel is the screenplay to Wayne's World. These are facts. These are facts, people. I cannot tell a lie. Okay, so I have 4 mountains in play, which is not enough to start triggering my Valakut that is in play. They played my Dryad, which is something. We need a pretty good... Oh. Wait, but they don't have a Valakut, so this isn't... Well, it's not problematic yet. If they have a Bring to Light here, we're going to get spanked. So... Oh, yeah, we're dead. Yeah, they're playing a version of this deck that seems incredibly superior in the mirror match. That said, let's bring in Veil and Red N6. Take out Wildfire and our removal. I guess I could keep an Aether Gust. Or bring in an Aether Gust. So I'm not really super interested in any of these. I probably don't need a Verdict, so I can get the other Gust in here. This seems like the right setup, so I'm going to go with it. Well, and then there's like the Grateful Dead, which is like folk, pop, rock, blues. Like it's not blues in the American sense, but it's like blues sounding shanty songs. Well, I mean, we had sailors. Newfoundland is like bigger than England. And Nickelback song? We don't talk about those. Oh my god, Sean. That's fantastic. That might be the greatest thing anyone's ever said on my channel. What was he, Caligula? Jesus. I don't know anything about the person you guys are referring to, but like, holy God. I I don't know what to say to that. The only rock star song I want to hear is Rock and Roll Star by Oasis. Today I learned that Russian love poetry is all about... Yeah, well, anywho. Oh, I know who Nickelback is. Do I want this Reclaimer anymore? Yeah, probably not. Not with this hand, no. Alright. To die, he's a rock and roll star. Right. Okay. tell me I don't know who Nickelback is. I know who Nickelback is, I just don't care. Boy, do I not care. Right, that's got to be red. So white, blue, green. Okay, draw me something hot that is not Bring to Light. I mean, I guess that's technically true. Thanks, Omnath. You're the real MVP. Pushkin is the most well-known Russian poet. He lived in the 19th century. He basically invented contemporary Russian language and syllabotonic poetry. He was a womanizer, a revolutionary, and an overall genius. Well, you didn't have to say any of those last things because he was a poet. I mean, come on. All right, but what about Catherine the Great? That horse was getting unfair treatment, and everyone knew it. So the hard time that horse got was its own fault. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm over here doing Catherine the Great. Or should I say, Catherine the So-So. That entire rumor is propaganda. Oh, really? How about that water sports tape from your former president? Is that just a rumor? You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. I wish I could say that Horny Vegan's name was my favorite thing about them, but their commentary is constantly so good. What I'm learning about history tonight is that some people had sex with horses, but the ones who did are probably not the most famous ones. Please get Valki. Please get Valki and say you want to exile my Omnath. I'm begging of you. Oh. Well, that's just rude. Is what that was. My opponent just pulled a 1-for-1. I mean, come on. Kind of crazy ass WotC design. Did you see that card? It said destroy all creatures. All? Come on. What kind of card is that? Nonsense. This horse is all the way down. Yeah. I knew it. I always knew it. This horse is all the way down.
So how many scoops?
2, please. Do you know who played the Pusher in that episode of Clone High, Mr. Maple Syrup? I think I definitely brought it up on stream before. The Pusher / Larry Hardcore. I like your funny words, Magic Man. It was, in fact, Jack Black. The list of guest stars on that show in its brief half a season period included Jack Black. What? Holy fuck, what? Marilyn Manson.
I have nothing to offer you but my love.
I specifically said no geeks.
Thanks
But
for the
my
follow,
love says
Notorious
I'm cool.
GZZZ. Jack Black, Marilyn Manson. Come on, there's more. Oh crap! Who is the pop singer? Mandy Moore. Mandy Moore, who played herself, but constantly denied that she was Mandy Moore. So hold on, what did they actually get off their their Niv? They got Fairy 5, Growth Spiral, Prismari Command, Bring to Light. All right, so they actually, oh damn it! I was really hoping they wouldn't have that because I was gonna win. Crap. All right, well I guess we're gonna lose. Jesus, rude. Hey, it's Arkin. What's up, friend? Arkin, have you seen the deck I've been tearing it up with and I've written a big article about? I don't have a Patreon, but if I did, I would put it on my Patreon. You guys don't get to enjoy the glory of Ren and 6 in Legacy, but rip in paper Ren? No, Ren's still quite expensive in paper. Because Jund and Niv Mizzet and 4-color Bring to Light, or 5-color Bring to Light, and all sorts of decks in Modern love Ren and 6. It's crazy that that card is legal in is exactly one format, and it's so valuable. All right. We're looking pretty dead here, unless I draw another Scapeshift. And they don't have another... Well, they still have a Bring to Light in their hand, so... Probably just dead. All right, who wants to scoop because my opponent's taking freaking forever this turn? They're 4 minutes behind on clock. Opponent, I do not play this game quickly. Help. For the love of God, please. Also, this is the second time in as many days where I've run into someone who's running the same deck as me, but that is better set up for the mirror match. Like, if they run into blue or red-white prowess, their setup is terrible compared to mine, but... But you gotta wrap that cucumber in tinfoil, right, for dogs in a horse suit? Like the bass player in, What are they playing? I'm curious to... Oh, well, whatever, I don't care. I just don't care anymore. I really don't. Sorry, if you're gonna take this long to kill me, I'm okay with just being done. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Oh yeah, we won that first match really, really fast. Second match was a lot closer, but we just got stomped. So that was round 2. All right, my bad. Well, Larynx is a history professor. I mean... Oh, it's all good, Urza. Just for whatever reason, I was just not in the mood to wait around and die. So... that I was being glib for the purposes of entertainment. You're, Sorry, Shauna. Shauna's the professor here. You're an engineer, right? So you have no useful academic knowledge. That's my understanding of being an engineer. Oh, so you're admitting in my chat that you're useless. Got it. Yeah, I know, 2 degrees. Just like me, I have 1 degree, and it's not useful in an academic setting. My entire degree was me hitting stuff and a bunch of guys who were too old and sort of convinced there was no point in trying to evaluate me hitting stuff that they bothered to actually put in the effort into evaluating me hitting stuff. I don't know if anyone else's university experience could be anywhere similar to that, but well, so one of the things about going to one of the better jazz focused universities that exist is that I got the experience of learning from a bunch of people who had come up during the 50s and the 60s and the 70s playing jazz. And the thing about people who actually were around playing music in that era is that the idea for them of trying to grade people on like playing an improvised solo is so repulsive to them. Oh my god. I needed that. Did I? No. I'm not dead on board, am I? 14. And I can fetch and then BTL for the verdict? As long as they don't have another counter. Anyway, the idea of trying to grade someone's improvisation, like there were a bunch of them who were kind of, let's say, jazz hippies. So they were like, yeah, I'll grade you. Did you try hard? And then you would say yes. And then be like, cool, A+. Then there were the people who actually went through the academic process, and those people would actually grade your butt off and, you know, crush you if you weren't trying hard because they could tell, because they weren't half-assing it. Well, technically, my bachelor's is in music, 4 Dogs in a Horse Suit, but if I'd gone a year earlier, it would have been in jazz performance, and yeah. Although, considering what jazz is, historically speaking, I think referring it to one of the whitest degrees someone could have that's gotta be offensive. What are they doing? You don't have a main deck answer for verdict, do you? You're just doing this to dick around and, like, get F6 equity? Larynx. My father is an IT guy. I have absolutely nothing but the deepest level of respect for people who do things like you. So... 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're 1 mana off of killing me with the Electro Dominance they just put in their hand. Oh, well, if you think about it that way, 4 dogs in a horse suit, then yes. Are they going to shock me for what, 2? They have more rhinos? Nope. Just putting me to 2. Interesting choice. What can I BTL for at this point? Scapeshift won't kill them. I guess I could wait a turn. Because if I find another land of any kind, I can Scapeshift for the kill. That's probably the right choice. So let's just play Explore. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, no, I still have to find the other land, though. Because I can't trigger any number of Valakuts. Okay. BTL Omnath, gain 4 life. Yeah, that probably was the play. Well, here's hoping I didn't screw up. I mean, on the flip side, if they just hit another living end, I would lose doing that amulet. So maybe that wasn't the right choice. Yeah, see, that doesn't kill me now. So if I draw a land right now, I win, as long as they don't have a counter. Cool. So we go land, white, blue, green, red, and 1. What's your last card? It doesn't look like it's anything that matters. A woohoo! A woohoo! All hail the one-card combo. Most supreme of combos. So if I get Valakut plus 1, 2, I need 5. All right. I also have a bolt in my hand, so Valakut, and then mountain, 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 Mount Anne, and Mount Anne. Triggers. Not playing around Lazatep plating. You know what? I just like to live dangerously. I also like to live dangerously. 18, hit me. 19, hit me. 20, hit me. 21, hit me. You've hit on a 17? Good lord. How high were the stakes? Me too in Pazak. I don't know the rules of Pazak, but I'm assuming that's much safer. All right. So opponents on living end. These don't help. That doesn't help. I guess Platinum Empyrean would help, but only if I play it after they play a living end, so that they have to living end again. That's nonsense. I will say Veil is probably better than Bolt, and I could keep one path. Although, I don't need Cleansing Wildfire. You've also doubled on a hard 12. Oh, we've got Bojuka Bog, too. Don't forget, Zach, you have Bojuka Bog. The Bojuka. If you got a weave left or you got a weave right, you better Bojuka, brother. Oh my god, this new chair is so good. Getting a new chair when you move? Good choice. Although, honestly, I can take this one apart, and it came in a box that was like this thick and like that big by square. So it really, like, I could take this apart with an Allen key, and it really would not take up much space, so. Fell for the gamer chair meme. Yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things about that shit. Like the what is the DX racers or whatever that crap is. All I've heard about those chairs is that they're terrible. So I definitely just went for like the cheapest Amazon chair that had a great review and no armrests, because I like to play guitar or tap on a drum pad while I'm sitting in my chair, and that almost any chair with armrests just ends up being terrible. Buy an 8-hour chair at Staples. No, armrests are great for some people, just not for me. Your cat likes to perch on them. Well, when I have a cat, that'll be great, but I don't have a cat right now. Did that trigger Liz? I didn't hear it, but I was talking. Did that trigger for you? I didn't hear it. You didn't hear it? Shh. It's on. I didn't forget to turn it on for once. Let's play this one for free for everyone. Yeah, it's not playing. I don't know why. Alright, let me reboot the board. I'll give you a rebate on that, Liz. Some folk'll never lose a toe, but then again, some folk'll, like Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel. Bid-lee-lee-lee-lee-lee-lee-doo. Oh, yeah. I think I told you, Liz, when I told you about it. I was pretty sure I was specific about it. Huh. Yeah, it's not working right now. Although I couldn't tell you why. Huh, weird. This is the end of their turn. All right. Woohoo! They didn't have a turn 3 living end. We may yet be in this game. Oh, no. Please play Restore Balance right now. Living end. Okay. It's really funny because I'm going to be able to cast the Verdict in my hand. I kind of love this. Yeah. Right. Raugrin Triome. And then another Flagstones. Yeah. Then we go untap. Fetch a blue and Verdict. It's freaking awesome. Hey, opponent, what if I just had it in my hand? What would you do then? Lizzie with the loose ears. Interesting. Explorer. Okay, good draw. Dryad. Liz, we hit a 5-0 last night. You missed out. Probably for the best, but you missed out. Hand saw it on the replay, right? Yeah. It was honestly too easy. 3-0 in a prelim right now. Nice. What are you playing? Oh, you were present? Okay. I literally logged on today after like spending my entire day writing an article, and I forgot that I had 5-0'd last night, and then when I saw the deck I had recently registered, I was like, oh right, we 5-0'd with that. Neat. Which was fun. Do you play Bogles or Black-White Tokens? You know what I think you should play. You know what I think you should play. You know what I think you should play. I think, Last God, you should play Velomachus taking turns, but you know, you don't have the cards for that, I suppose. The most budget modern? No. Play the hotness. You gotta play the hotness. Velo Warp. I'll keep the untapped one. Trigger, target you. Yes. It's a 20 ticket. Oh, sorry. You said a 20 ticks modern tourney. I assume that was the entry fee, not the maximum deck cost. That is not how I read that that format at all. My mistake, sir. My mistake. I think you should play mono blue fairies with Quickling. Mono blue fairies with Quickling, sir. Spell Stutter Sprite and Quickling. And what's the really bad one drop called? Latchkey Fairy? No. The one that's a cantrip if you already have one that has the same name in play. I cannot remember what that card is called. It's not Latchkey Fairy. Latchkey Fairy is like a 3/1 with Prowl. Which is like the stupidest thing that I have in my brain box for no good reason, that I remember what that card does. Budget Shinobis. It was 20 tickets at the time. I guess Bitter Blossom's gone through the roof, huh? Oh no, Bitter Blossom's cheap. Inquisition's still reasonably cheap. Thieves Guild is reasonably cheap. I mean, this is not far from being 20 tickets. It's 27. Alright, so we beat 5-color Living End. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. This feels good, man. It's the #1 hit, I think. Darklick Shores went up to tickets apiece. It's not Modern's fault. I can tell you that much. Yeah, that's not Modern's fault. There's no blue-black deck that's done particularly well in the last week. I'm gonna blame... Man, I don't even know what to blame about that one. Can't blame Commander for Darkslick Shore. Alright, be back in 1 second. Hopefully the queue doesn't hit. Oh, wow. Still going. You played an all allies mirror march deck. The game broke. Nice. If Larynx is still here, I want you to know I'm actually more excited about playing mono red mid range than I am about playing this 5-color Scapeshift deck. If anyone's curious, in theory, I like decks like this, but unlike Niv Mizzet, this deck just like so many of your decision trees are like, okay, win the game this turn, and it's like, what are we doing? Like, I'm pretty sure I actually should have led on Ketria Triome this turn. Let them do whatever they wanted on turn 2, and then bolted one of their creatures on turn 2. You don't want to win and draw cards. It's not about that. It's not about winning or losing. I want to play a game where I get to make decisions that are relevant to the game state. That's what it's about. So that's why I normally don't love aggressive decks, because basically most of what you do is just like sequence optimally and hope you don't die. And while that's not technically true against like decks that have wraths in it, it just feels like you have to lean in so much of the time and just hope that they don't have the wrath, or pull back and hope that they don't have the or hope that they did have the. Oh god. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Turn 3, Blood Moon on the play. Oh, Liz. It's getting worse than that. Well, it's a good thing I never had any fetch lands. So now I don't have to feel bad about this game going to hell. We never had any fetch lands, so we never had any agency in this game. Bolt me, sure. Light up the stage, sure. Mountain and a second Blood Moon, you got it. I like you, opponent. You're playing the deck I'm going to play next. Windswept Heath. Hell yeah. Valakut's kind of OP with Blood Moon. Totally. Oh my god, all my lands are mountains. It's so good. How could we lose? How can we lose? They put Obosh in their hand. Good lord. Liz, if you want to read the article I put together about the Velomachus turns deck, I would appreciate your input as a Zoomer. I don't know if you view yourself as a Zoomer, but you're young and very talented at Magic, so I'm going to go ahead and call you one. Oh, I have to DM you the link to the Google Doc because it hasn't been posted yet. Give me a second. All right, we died. Cool. It was only on turn 7, too. Okay, having Bojuka Bog in my hand was a good reminder. I can board that out. Although I don't need to. There you go, Liz. I DM'd it to you on Twitch. These can all come in. I don't think I want Cleansing Wildfire. Definitely don't want Path. I mean, I guess Path deals with Obosh, but so does the Wrath. Speaking of which, I want Anger. And that's probably it, because this is the kind of deck that you did, Last God. This is the kind of deck that Soulscar Mage can whittle down a Platinum Empyrean pretty easily. I think I don't want to fairy. Yep. All right, seems good. Still takes a while and resources. Yeah, I just don't. Their deck isn't really interested in killing us fast. Like, they can easily just grind out almost any deck, as far as has been my experience with the mono red mid-range decks. So I'm just not. I think the Platinum Empyrean is better in a matchup where you feel like it's something that they just can't deal with, like, reasonably, rather than a deck that's going to take a little time to deal with it. This deck has this hand has double basic forest and explorer. I mean, I'm keeping it. I don't know if it's a good idea, but whatever. Put it mulls. Opponent is considering the second mull. Blister Coil. The one of Blister Coil Weird appears again. It's interesting. Good. Okay. That's really important. So we should get a BTL next turn no matter what. And if they play Blood Moon, it's even better for me than if they don't. Stamp? All right. I plugged you on my podcast this week, Liz. That's going to have to do you for now. All right. We're taking the one here. No problem. Green, red, blue, white. So 4-color BTL. I think I just go Valky upstairs. Can't imagine anything better than this. Yeah, no problem, Liz. In the closing section of the podcast, we have a section called Bumps and Dumps. So things you want to give a fist bump to and things that you would take to the dump. Yep, that's definitely what that means. Anyway, my bump was one of my bumps was to you. Now I'm on the draw. So this game, I gotta have an out for Blood Moon. So I guess Cleansing Wildfire wouldn't be the worst. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to have Reclaimers here or not. I feel like not is probably better. They're just never going to survive. Huh. Interesting. But we're playing the Flagstones anyway. Oh, I mean, it should be going up to Moral Liz, so... and in terms of your commentary about being worried about getting it up before someone else writes the same article, I mean, I'm just not worried because no one else is going to write the same article, and I don't realistically think that anyone has played it as many reps as I have. Raging Tilt Monster, maybe, but they played a bad version in the challenge, and I stick to my guns on that. They're a very, very good player, but I think they played a bad version of the deck. Anyway, it should be going up tomorrow. I mean, I don't expect you to read it like in depth in the amount of time that I've sent it to you. Just, you know, whatever feedback you have. Yikes. So this is kind of problematic. The only way I have to have enough untapped mana next turn at the moment for this purge is by shocking. And shocking against a board full of 3 creatures sucks. And the rest of my hand is going to be abysmally slow. But I think I have to do it. The next card I'm reasonably going to be able to play is Omnath on 4. So we might just be dead by then. Yeah. It looks like this is just going to be one of those starts from Prowess that we're just not going to beat. Or mono red mid-range. It's just one of their very aggressive starts. I mean, I have to spew this Celestial Purge here, I think. And then if they... If they have... If they have the Blood Moon next turn, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. So maybe I should have brought in the Madcap Empyrean package. Oh, they're going for more? Okay, that's good for me. Kind of. Although I'm taking 6 this turn, so I'm going to 7. So we're probably just going to die before I can play any relevant spells from this point. I need to draw Bolt or Aether Gust or some such card basically now. That's none of those things. That is something that lets me play the Omnath without having to shock next turn. So that's something. They only have 1 card in hand. They are drawing another card now, so might just be dead to an overly aggressive hand from a red burn deck, which is not surprising. And if I play Omnath next turn, I can't play a land, so I'm just going to have to sacrifice him to Bone Crusher at worst, or at best, and at worst, lose. No, we're just dead. Super dead. Right. Kept a medium hand. The threat of Blood Moon is just too much to deal with, I think. I'm not saying this deck can't be good against those decks. In fact, this deck placed very, very well in a challenge, which must have had some number of mono red mid range in it. But not surprising to lose there. Not surprised to lose there. This league started on April 14th. We are just over 2 weeks into it, and E Principe has 19 trophies by playing mostly Crabvine, as far as I know, which is bananas. That's an unspeakably high number of trophies. Good lord. Crabvine is best vine? Yeah, I guess so. Everyone thought that Dredge was the deck right now, but maybe in an open field, Crabvine is better. Can't keep that one. Final round against Jao Fialho. Fialho. In the dark, do I want this Pact to Exile? Not particularly, but my opponent's about probably on Heliod. Their response to "Hey there, good luck and have fun" was, "I already told you the other time. I only have fun when I win." Sorry, my buddy's DMing me about custom cards. Please play Heliod. Please play Heliod. It's not goddamn Heliod. But I will take it. Boing. Oh, yeah. Tap Natch top deck. Let me tell you, that top deck there, that's Tap Natch. Tap Natch. They're not leaving their mana open. Alright. Heliod. Womp womp. Skyclave. So if I path my own Dryad, I could have 7 lands for next turn, which would be great. However, what we're going to do is we're going to path the Skyclave and block the Auriok Champion with my 3/3 token that I'm about to get. And Heliod will deanimate. And then I'll be able to get Valki next turn. So, not as good as I'd prefer, but... Hey, opponent. Do you count on me drawing my one of Path to Exile? You bet you Bibia did. Helion? I could do a Heliod command and... What the hell? Right. My Heliod command would be some... Oh, crap. It's going to grow. Shoot. I mean, not that I need to kill it, because I can chump block with the Illusion next turn. Although if they have another double white pip card, well, we'll see. Sorry. My Heliod command on this channel would be something along the lines of, like, Heliod's a great way to be forced to waste 4 minutes of your clock and then lose the game anyway. What do they have here? Oh, they give their Auriok Champion lifelink. Sure. I can't quite BTL for Valki while playing the Dryad. Wait, with the Illusion and the Flagstones, can I kill them? So if I play Flagstones, Dryad... Oh, no. No, okay. So I play Flagstones plus Misty Rainforest. Then I sack 6 lands. Sorry, all 7 lands to BTL. Flagstones goes in response. Sorry, Scapeshift. Scapeshift goes on the stack. Flagstones resolves first, right? We go Scapeshift. Everything goes out. Flagstones on the stack. Oh no, the Scapeshift resolves. Then the Flagstones resolves. So I get an extra trigger off of it, right? So... And then the Illusion attack should finish them off. So 7 equals 18 damage plus the Flagstones. But I can't play that many lands without the Dryad. So I'd have that next turn, but not this turn. So that's pointless. All right, sorry. Wasting a lot of time thinking about a line that doesn't work. Yeah. Could get Omnath with the BTL and then play the Dryad. It will draw me a card, which is not too bad. Play land, fetch, Dryad, Flagstones. Just gonna hit them for 4. Maybe I just go for a Scapeshift line and blow up their champion. So go Flagstones, BTL, sack everything with the Scapeshift. Flagstones goes on top of the Scapeshift. And then I get 2 triggers on the champion, all the rest on them. Should be able to win the game there. All right. All right. Apologies, y'all. It's the first time I've done this in a while. So there's the Flagstone trigger, and that's actually going to resolve before any of this. So I need to leave the Savai Triome or one of the Raugrin Triomes. Oh, no, no, no. No, I screwed this all up. Yeah, I screwed this all up. Yeah. No, this worked the way I initially thought it would. It only triggers the last one. Shoot. All right. For some reason, I was like, yeah, they're all coming in. And no, I was just wishful thinking there. All right. Well, that was a huge mistake. I don't know how I bent my brain into thinking that that was going to work the way I wanted it to, but maybe with Dryad plus this fetch land will be okay. Sometimes you think through a line so many times, backwards, forwards, forwards, then backwards, that you end up screwing it up and put yourself in a position where you're just going to lose. Okay, well, on the plus side, we might be just dead this turn, so that's kind of nice. The fact that they're fetching for more here is pretty hopeful for me. Oh yeah, just dead. Got it. Cool. They had infinite damage this turn anyway if I didn't kill them, so that's fine. All right, so we lost to Heliod in a game one from a very, very good player, and I made a horrific mistake, so... anger seems... not good. Renin 6 is fine. Aethergast is okay. And then... I actually want to board out. Cleansing Wildfire is not particularly good. It's okay on the play because they do play Utopia Sprawl, but I don't think that I want that. Gonna board out an Omnath. Board out to Fairy. Fairy's certainly not particularly useful here. All right, let's go. If I draw an untapped land on turn 2, this hand is really good. Otherwise, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I'll ship that. All right. That's a keep. We just ship the verdict. they play a Sprawl or a Arbor Elf here, I'm pretty likely to Aether Gust it on my next main phase rather than Explore. Because most 4-mana plays on turn 3 from this deck are nowhere near as relevant as them playing turn 3, or sorry, 3-mana or 4-mana plays on turn 2. Opponents really taking their time on their turn 2 sequence. Which is fine with me. Come on now. Oh, they lost connection. And then they came back. Super. Well, at least they had a reason. Unlike me last game where I tanked, and then made a garbage play. Oh, they've re-lost their connection. Oh, they're back. All right. So let's go ahead and do that thing I said I wanted to do, which was Aether Gust there, Sprawl. And onwards we go. Onwards and upwards. Four 0. Good job, Liz. Just crushing it. So if I explore this turn, I can't cast the Reclaimer. If I Reclaimer this turn, I can't explore. Reclaimer has Summoning Sickness, so let's play the Reclaimer plus this Savai Triome. Free tourney tomorrow, Pog. What's the free tourney tomorrow? Oh, don't re-scholarship. They're going to get Ranger Captain. Skyclave Apparition. My god. Jesus Christ. So aggressive. Oh, but they didn't have a second white there. Nice. Double nice. I can go Explore into Teferi, which means I'm not activating the Reclaimer this turn, but that's probably fine. Yeah. Bog. Probably should have boarded out the Bog in the matchup, but whatever. I'll take it. Super Qualifier. Got the QPs for it now. Is there a Super Qualifier tomorrow? Oh, for limited, right? Okay, that's fine. It's fine that I didn't know. Sorry, that's what I mean. Good luck, Liz. You've been grinding that format right out, so... Alright, here comes Skyclave, Spike Feeder, Heliod. Oh, wow. That was a pretty mediocre hit. And I, for one, welcome my opponent's mediocre hit. Problem on my side is this Reclaimer is actually not doing that much. But whatever, I guess. Their hand's kind of been bad, so maybe I have enough time to draw into something relevant. Flagstones is going to rotate into a Flagstones and a Sacred Foundry. And then, and then, yeah, it's going to... Oh. What? Oh, right. They could still play the Skyclave. Because Arbor Elf. We are going to get crushed in this game. Jesus. Turn 2, Aether Gust. Turn 3, Teferi. All irrelevant. Always irrelevant. Yeah, so they attack my Teferi. Of course, I'm not going to block with my 1-2. That can't become a 3-4. And then they go untap Temple Garden. The hell? Okay, whatever. I don't know what they're planning on playing, and at this point, I really don't care. Sure, they have a plan that's going to be horrifyingly devastating, but I don't do anything about it at this point. Well, not getting a Valakut earlier was clearly a mistake, but... The order on this kind of sucks, but... They kept up a path. That's frustrating. But overall, not relevant in any way because, you know... Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, that's going to be... Yeah. So I use the Flagstones here. I got another mountain, but like... that was the 6th mountain, but the Valakut's not in play yet, so it doesn't matter. Now we get the Valakut. Also doesn't matter. I'm just going to hold these 2 lands in my hand because giving them free information on how crapulent my hand is probably not the best idea. So we have the requisite number of mountains in play now that the next mountain is a shock or a lightning bolt. Which is kind of cool, but not at all relevant against the Heliod deck. for the most part. Ranger Captain, sure. If they get Ballista, I'm done. I'm just dead. There's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, we're just dead. Cool. Absolutely demolished. So, 5-color BTL shift. This deck is almost definitely better than I showed off there. The wins that we had seemed so easy, it was ridiculous. And the losses mostly seemed like we just kind of flooded out and did nothing and died. Which, you know, makes sense to me out of the 32 land deck. I think you really have to know what you're doing with this. But unlike modern decks that feel like you're playing something that's like a sharp knife where if you drop it the wrong way, you're going to cut yourself, this one's like a blunt instrument where it really doesn't feel like you could possibly kill anyone with it. And then you just kind of throw it at them and they die. We played against a BTL shift list during this league that was playing things like Remand and Force of Negation, even in their main deck. And that is really what I would like to be playing if I was going to play an archetype like this. But Game Nassif took this to the very top of a modern challenge. So I'm not saying this is a bad list. I'm just saying this is a list that, like, you really have to understand how this is supposed to be playing. It's sort of like the Mardu Pyromancer to the blue-white control. It's like tap-out control. You do have some cheap interaction, but by and large, I don't know if I get this, which is fine. I don't really get Amulet Titan, even though I can play it okay, and I could definitely play it better with reps. I don't really get this deck, even though I can play it okay and I could do it better with reps. I think my record was a lot better last time. It might have even been a 4-1. But either way, Brinklight decks with Scapeshift combo kill are just not my speed. And I'm okay with that. So, I mean, it's hard for me to have any real input on a deck like this, but it is an interesting play. And if it's something you're into, then I highly recommend checking it out. If that's not what you're into, we're going to be coming back in just a few seconds live on the Mana Symbol channel with some Obosh Red, the honeydew list that won one of the weekend challenges. But if you're in the future watching that video on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any other videos you're interested in. For everyone live, stick around. We're switching.